So Jim Ratcliffe's plan for Manchester United is becoming ever clearer. It is going to be a defensive rebuild in the summer. I'm going to tell you why Jarrad Branthwaite is #1 target for Manchester United, why United are going for it, how it's going to happen, and why it isn't as expensive as what is being reported. This is FUTV, Forever United TV. I'm Adam. Welcome along to the show, everybody. We are live, but if you are watching this video after it has gone up on YouTube, get your comments in below as usual. Hello everyone, hope you're all doing well. Please make sure you give a video a like before we get started, and obviously subscribe to Forever United TV if you are just tuning in for the first time today. So what is going on at Manchester United right now? We obviously know about all of the stories regarding Sir Jim Ratcliffe doing the rounds. We're going to be talking about the meetings that he's had with the fan representatives, with Must as well, what was said there. We're going to be talking about the top transfer targets, because apparently there is another 4 centre-backs. So is this the way United are going to be working right now? Is it going to be a recruitment side of things and dropping in 4 big names, 4 well-recruited players for Ten Hag to choose from? Is Ten Hag going to go along with this? Is he going to be happy with this? Are these targets actually not for Ten Hag? Are Ineos thinking past Ten Hag and another manager will be in place? We're going to discuss that side of it as well. But we are starting on Branthwaite today. Get your comments in. Let me know what you think. Why is Jarrad Branthwaite #1 target for Manchester United? Let's get into it. Let's get talking centre-backs and how United can improve. Well, we talked yesterday regarding Manchester United and the players that we know are going to be leaving in the summer. I went through them. I had on good authority from a source of mine that said that Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Victor Lindelof and Johnny Evans will not be starting next season for Manchester United because they will be let go, will be sold on, and it's the only reason why United triggered their 1-year extensions on their contracts. Not Johnny Evans, he's going to be released because he's only got a 1-year deal, which we all knew about at the start of the season. But Lindelof, Wan-Bissaka, 1-year extensions, we're looking to flog them on, get rid of them players. Obviously, we've heard Elise could be made, Aaron Wan-Bissaka could be made as a make weight for that deal if United want to make that happen. Possibilities. If it doesn't, then the club are still going to sell Aaron Wan-Bissaka anyway. Dalot is going to be our #1 until we bring in another right back, which is another one high on the priority list. That's a show for another day. Centre back though, that is Manchester United's top priority. Rebuilding from the back is where we're going today. Rebuilding from the back with Branthwaite as our #1 option. Why him? Why the 21-year-old at Everton, who is just having his first major season right now? Or was it his first major season? There are reasons why United are looking into Branthwaite, and that is simply because he has been out on loan at PSV as well, already getting all of that game time, already getting all of that experience at centre-back. He came from Carlisle into Everton, was then sent back out on loan to none other than Mr Ruud van Nistelrooy. Yes, that legend of Manchester United. And it's his report which is sort of ringing the positives on this and why United should be going for it. In terms of the player, let's get into why he is going to be a top target for Manchester United first of all. And we'll just go into what Ruud van Nistelrooy has said on him and what he expects of him and how he sees his future. Excuse me. He is good on the ball. He can play with his right. He can play on the right or the left of the centre because he is 2-footed. He has the height and the speed, and he's a very complete defender. A complete defender. 6'5", very quick. Plays with both left and right foot. Strong. Premier League experience. Every time he's played this season, he's not been subbed off once. He's had 90 minutes down the board every single game. He is a go-to for Sean Dyche, one of the most defensive setup managers in the league. He knows what he's playing with, Sean Dyche, and he's relying solely on a 21-year-old. He has made his mark. No one would have known. Everton took the opportunity to send him out on loan to PSV, and he's shone. And he's come back with glaring reviews from Ruud van Nistelrooy, and now we're seeing what he's made of in the Premier League. That is the most important thing, and I think is why a lot of fans would go towards Everton's Branthwaite over, say, a Todibo. We'll talk about the other players that United are interested in a minute, but Branthwaite is #1 for Manchester United for these reasons alone. 21, has just signed that new deal for Everton. That, for most people, would say, why are we even looking at Branthwaite? Why is it even an option for Manchester United when he's just signed a new deal? We're never going to get him. Well, Everton have signed him up to that new deal simply because they need the money. The bonus for Manchester United is the predicament that Everton are in with financial fair play, profit and sustainability rules with the Premier League. We know that they're in trouble again. They're already appealing the 10 points. They could be deducted more points. Everton could, in fact, be looking down the barrel of relegation. And that would definitely mean they're having to sell players on. On the other side of it, even just to sustain in the Premier League, if they survive this and not go down profit and sustainability rules and regulations again, Branthwaite and some of their better players will have to be sold on to balance the books. It's the only way you can survive, and this is how the Premier League are pushing it. Bring your young players through, sell them young players, and be sustainable from within. That is the method. So United, I think, are all over this. Real Madrid are also interested in Branthwaite as well. But for me, I would just say straight out, Manchester United have an opportunity here. They can go straight down the road of offering a cut price. It's not going to be 100 million. There's not a chance in hell that anyone is going to pay 100 million for Branthwaite. But Manchester United are in a position where they can knuckle down on this deal and get into Everton early because they know that what predicament they're in. We talked about Sir Jim Ratcliffe's investment yesterday coming into Manchester United and being a positive, as in helping Manchester United balance the books a little bit more and actually be able to afford better players in the summer. The 100 million price tag is what everyone has put out there. Everton have put it out there simply because they've just signed him up to a new contract. They will be forced to sell Branthwaite. They cannot hold on to him. It is not viable for them. The takeover is nowhere near done. The takeover doesn't mean that they have got all the money under the sun either because of financial fair play. It doesn't matter if your owners are fantastically rich anymore. Look at the Saudis at Newcastle. We talked about that yesterday. Everton are in a position now where Branthwaite has to go. They have to sell someone if they want to invest into the squad. A player that cost them nothing, being sold for good money, that leads into profit and sustainability rules for the Premier League. Keeps them happy. It's not a massive miss, you would say. I mean, he is fantastic, but it's an area of the pitch you can reinvest in Everton and probably balance out their squad even more. So that is why Branthwaite is number one target for Manchester United, and that is why I feel that is where United will edge towards. They will just test the waters right now and see where Everton are with this. I'm going to get into the chat now because we do have a new member that has been donated by General Foodie. Thank you so much, my friend. I hope you're doing well. I hope everyone is well in the chat as well. Let me know how you're doing. Let me know how your day is going. We're snowed under here right now in Manchester. The weather has took a turn for the worse, let's just say. The roads were dicey this morning, put it that way. We've just been out for a walk now, took the dog out, and yeah, it's slippy underfoot, so stay off the roads if possible. Be safe, everyone. Top Cat 1, welcome to the members club. Make sure you do give General Foodie a thank you as well. But yeah, let's get into the chat on Branthwaite and you guys and where you're at with it, because I feel like this is a target that most people can understand. I understand the side of it when people say, also, we don't want another Harry Maguire saga here. I feel like this is a little bit different. I feel like Manchester United are in a position now, if we're struggling with financial fair play and sustainability rules like every club is now, then this is where it changes, and I feel where it's hampered United before actually works in United's favour, because we can take advantage of Everton's position. They are not going to be able to hold out for that big money that they want for Branthwaite. They're not. It is going to be substantial, don't get me wrong. Manchester United could possibly, like we said before, offer players the opposite way. Maybe Aaron Wan-Bissaka doesn't need to go to Crystal Palace for Elise. We don't need another winger right now. And in my eyes, and it's my opinion alone, you guys let me know, that's why I'm going to come to the chat next. Could we not offer Aaron Wan-Bissaka to Everton as part of a make-weight for a Branthwaite deal? It makes complete sense to me. We're playing a little bit of FIFA and Championship Manager, I know, and it isn't in the reality of football worlds, but you still look at that and go, there is room for United here. Lindelof, Wan-Bissaka, give us Branthwaite. It's impossible to negotiate that deal in reality, I know, but you can see what United have got here. If we, like we do know, have players that are leaving in the summer, Manchester United can completely restructure in that defence. Build from the back. We talked about that yesterday. I think this is the right way to go about it. Be solid. I think Branthwaite is a great signing for Manchester United. The exact type of signing that Sir Alex Ferguson would have made if you were to go to Sir Alex Ferguson, David Gill right now, if you're Sir David Brailsford, Sir Jim Radcliffe, you know exactly what Sir Alex Ferguson is going to say. And I'm not saying Sir Alex Ferguson is the modern day manager and everything he says is right and he's got everything bang on before, but 6 or 7 years ago he did call out McGinn. Look at what he's doing at Aston Villa now. Solid player that Manchester United really could have done with. Instead, we've clung on to the likes of Scott McTominay, brought in the likes of Amrabat, and players that just aren't adaptable and can be sustainable in the Premier League. So I look at it and I go, you have to sort of look at the players you know are going to be okay, going to be able to deal with the hardships of the Premier League. You've got a player there that's played a season for PSV, done well, come back, first season in the Premier League, doing very well, used to first team football now at a young age, and you can build around at the back. You had a couple of other little players in there, cheaper ones, cut down deals like a maybe a Todibo. You're looking at a completely different defence altogether. Can you imagine a Branthwaite and a Martinez at the back? The solid, absolute bulldozing pitbull that is Lisandro Martinez, and then the power, strength and speed of a player that can play on both sides, covering both full-backs when needed, that Branthwaite is. Both young, there's a future there, and a solid spine at the centre of Manchester United's defence. My mouth's watering just thinking about the possibilities of what we might actually be. Can United do it though? That's the question I'm bringing to the chat right now. John Lane says United are going nowhere with Mick sideways. Totally off topic, going the other way, but yes, I see what you mean. Hello Adam, 100 million for Branthwaite. Are we stupid? It won't be that sat like I just explained. I really don't expect it to be anywhere near that sort of money. Make sure you do give the video a like, guys, as well. Please give the video a like. Let's get up to that 100 mark. It all helps the channel moving forward. Some people will just tell you tip of the iceberg, sort of just scraping over the edge of what is important in these signings. It's not what I'm about. I want to tell you more. I want to tell you the detail, tell you my angle, and then get your opinions in on it. But you try telling me or convince me that this is not a good signing for Manchester United, then I will probably, from what I've looked into, what United can do, where United are moving with Sir Jim Ratcliffe, I would tell you were wrong. I would. I'm not saying your opinion is wrong. I would just disagree with you because I feel like this is something that Manchester United can make happen. They really can make this happen. We have bargaining chips. We could easily just offer Aaron Wan-Bissaka. We know we're getting rid of him. We could even put in Lindelof. There is ways around this here. United can be clever with this deal, and we could give money as well as Aaron Wan-Bissaka, and Everton are already looking a lot stronger because they're being able to invest again, probably at centre-back and another position in their team without going over profit and sustainability rules. Take advantage of what's going on in the market right now. Adapt. Use it to your advantage. There's always a way around it. I'm sure this is what Sir Jim Ratcliffe is working on right now. Guest says we always overpay. We'll see if Ineos overpay. That's the big question in all of this. If we never pay 100 million for a player, I'd be very happy. So would I, Dobby. So would I. It just means that we've found a little gem. And you know what? Everton, to give them credit in all of this, straight away realised when he came back from PSV, the back end of last season, and the way he started this season. Let's not forget, he didn't play the first 2 games. Everton lost both of them, by the way. I think conceding 4 goals in the process. And then everything started to get better and better and better, or a bit steadier and steadier. Branthwaite playing 90 minutes week in, week out. Everton nailed down Branthwaite very, very quickly to a new deal. Smart, clever business by Everton. They knew what was coming, and they know what inevitably will happen this summer. FFP, sustainability, profit and sustainability, everything is going to catch up with them. It's going to be all over them. They need to make a way. They need to find a way. The only reason Forest are probably going to get away with what their profit and sustainability charges are, with their mitigation, is Brennan Johnson's sale of 45 million to Spurs that just came out of that financial period that they needed to report for profit and sustainability. So I feel like Everton can see what Forest have done there. They're going to have to start working this way. They are. Because it's going to take time for them to generate the amount of money they need to with their new stadium. It's not going to come overnight. And they just need to float for a little bit until they get them bigger revenues coming in and they can rebuild again with a new ownership, hopefully for them, because they are a good football club. They've been in the league longer than anyone, and they are one of the stonewalls of the league. And I do believe there is an element of it being unfair on Everton compared to what's happening with Manchester City and everything. So they are going to have to fall into line, and they are going to have to sell assets. It's the way it's going to have to be. It's the only way that Brighton have been able to do their business and stay in the league. They have recruited well, and Everton have done well with Branthwaite. They have got a good youth setup at Everton. They really have. No, Real Madrid not interested. It's Hunter. It's just a report. It's been reported that Madrid are interested. I don't see him going over to Madrid. I don't. This is why I've gone big on Branthwaite coming to Manchester United. The Muppet Show also says we shouldn't be spending much more than 60 million on any player looking at the state of our club. Yep, I think that's probably borderline where we should be going max. I've heard from an insider that we are looking at Adam Armstrong from Southampton. Not good enough for me, Sat, to be honest. I really don't think he is. If Madrid are interested too, there's only one winner. Honestly, I don't think that's the case with Branthwaite. I don't. I really don't. I feel like Manchester United, I think he's young, and I think he would prefer to stay. I mean, I'm jumping the gun. I don't know him personally. I don't know him from Adam, but I would expect someone of his age from Everton. I think Manchester United would suit him better. He's guaranteed game time, I feel, at Manchester United as well. I think that's a difference for Branthwaite. Ludicrous is 100 million, says Rory. I agree, and that's why I'm saying we will not be paying that. We definitely will not be paying that. Not far away from the 100 like mark, everybody. Please give the video a like. Great to have you all in with the show this morning again. Loads of people getting their comments in the chat. That's what we like. Stephen Williams says the MOG last year is done. Let's see what happens this year. The MOG. What is the MOG? No idea. But yes, we have just hit that 100 like mark, guys. Thank you so much. Dobby says, Adamski, do you think Old Trafford could survive another massive fire that Jose will definitely bring as he leaves? I don't know where you're going at with that one there, but no, Jose is not coming back to Manchester United. That will never happen, obviously, even though he loves the place. I would put Jose Mourinho in charge of England. I think with the players that he's got, that'd be like Jose in charge of Real Madrid when they had one of their most successful goal-scoring seasons. He actually beat Pep Guardiola's Barcelona, let's not forget that. And if you give Jose Mourinho that crop of players, I think it's a recipe for success for England. That's where I would be going if I was the English FA. I really would. But anyway, they like to appoint from within now, so we'll see. Branthwaite might be looking at Jude's success and be enticed by Madrid. Could possibly be. I understand that. I think Jude Bellingham is a freak of nature though, and I don't think anyone can touch him. I think he's on a different planet to any other midfielder in world football right now. Unbelievable. Yeah, I think T's made a good idea there. So I am going to change up the poll. I'm going to add a poll right now. Let's just see where everyone's at with this one. Okay, brace yourselves for this. Oh, this should be fun. Would you take Jose back at United? Ed Barrett says Jose to do press conferences is nonsense. He's more entertaining. Yep. He is pure entertainment value, Jose Mourinho, isn't he? He really is. Right, let's get into the other news as well now, guys, because Branthwaite is there. What is the competition for Branthwaite? Let's get into that, shall we? Let's see where we're at with that, because I think he is probably up there, definitely top 3 targets for Manchester United. Definitely for this summer anyway. But Benfica's Antonio Silva and Lille's Lenny Yoro are top centre-back targets for Manchester United for the summer as well. That's from Florian Plettenberg from Sky Germany as well. Antonio Silva is the one that is carrying as big a price tag as Branthwaite is. and I don't think we would be able to negotiate as good a deal as we can with Everton as we will be able to with Benfica. Now, obviously, I've mentioned before, if it comes to the likes of Antonio Silva, who is rated around about 70, 80 million with Benfica right now. Benfica are holding quite a few key players to this summer's January transfer window, aren't they? They are looking like they are going to cash in, it would seem. You've got, obviously, João Neves, who we've talked about. You've got, obviously, like I just said then, Antonio Silva, the centre-back. Two key positions for Manchester United. Now, if they wanted Alvaro Fernandez like he's being negotiated right now, then there is a possibility United could make something happen. I would be looking at that as an opportunity, personally, for Manchester United to get closer to getting a deal made for someone like Antonio Silva. I don't think Manchester United will go for Silva, personally, because I feel like a player like that on the same sort of price tag, which I think it will be. I think Branthwaite is a 50, 60 million signing. I think you're only paying 50 to 60 million because of his age and how he's performed over the last 2 seasons. The fact that Everton can negotiate upwards of 30, 40 million because if they've just nailed him down to this new contract. If they didn't give him this contract start of this season, then Everton would be losing Branthwaite for a lot less, and I feel like they would have missed an opportunity. I just look at Everton's situation and I know that they've just done that, put that contract on Branthwaite simply because they had to safeguard an investment. They knew how good this player was and how good he was going to be. I think Branthwaite in a progressive team is going to be an asset, a real asset. Liam Whitehouse says Branthwaite and João Neves will be my top 2 targets for the summer. There is a good young spine there. 2 21-year-olds at the top of their game for their age group, you would say. Definitely not the best that there is, but could be potential-wise. Now, this all comes under the same sort of umbrella and bracket and conversation that we've had many a times on the show regarding who the manager is going to be come the end of the season. We could be looking at a new manager that's got different ideas, a different system, a different formation he wants to play. And this is why I am sort of just shelving the Elise news at the moment, because I look at what's coming back to United guaranteed in the summer. And there is rumours that Pellistri is going to be signing a new deal before he goes away. Now, how long that deal's for will definitely tell us what Manchester United see as the future for Pellistri. It's been rumoured that Ten Hag is not happy with Pellistri in terms of his opinion of him, and he thinks he's good enough. But if he gets another 3 or 4 year deal, then he is going to be coming back. I don't think United will sign someone up unless they're thinking of doing it just to sell him on. But you could have Pellistri coming back. You've got Ahmad there. You've got Greenwood coming back, and you've got Jadon Sancho coming back. That guarantees that is what is happening. So you cannot ignore that. That is a 100% that is going to be happening this summer. We know Sancho's coming back. We know Greenwood's coming back. Pellistri, we don't know. Ahmad is still going to be there. You've got Anthony still. You've got Rashford. You've got an abundance of wing. You've got Garnacho as well. So wide players. This is why Elise, I think, is favourite for Liverpool. But I also feel like Manchester United and how they approach their outgoings this summer is key as well in all of this. Can we get rid of Sancho? Can we get rid of Antony? Is Greenwood going to stay? I think he will. There is lots and lots of work for Sir Jim Ratcliffe and Ineos to do. So I feel like the easiest option right now is to work on an area where you know you can get things done quickly. 3 defenders out, a couple more coming in. I feel like that's the safe bet to know that Manchester United, I feel like where Manchester United are going to be going this summer is definitely centre-back defensive signings. I think they're easier to do, easier to make. Can another manager make use of that talent that is in that forward line than what Ten Hag has been doing? There probably is someone out there that can do that. Maybe Ineos are looking at that behind the scenes. So where is the priority? The priority quite clearly is at the back. It's a simple task compared to what's happening up front. I feel like we're short in midfield and we have got an abundance of defenders leaving this summer. That's where the investment is going to go. It is going to go there. I don't see United really investing in a forward in the summer. I don't. I think I've said it before, and everyone knows my opinions. I do believe that Mason Greenwood will be wearing a United shirt again next season. United cannot afford to let him go. If we did let him go, then we're losing 20% of the sale to Getafe for excuse me, for what we negotiated in the original loan deal for him and where he is now, which is ludicrous. But that's just United and how we've operated. Under Ineos, I don't see that happening. They cannot afford to just throw money away willy-nilly. We're already cash-strapped and looking to scrape the barrel for deals right now. Now, I do believe that a massive investment in defence and midfield this summer is the start of this so-called rejig and rebuild that Ineos are talking about. Build from the back. I feel we've got 2 goalkeepers in situ. I don't think we're going to have any issues there. Well, the debate about Onana is an issue, obviously. But in terms of what we're going to be bringing in, it's not going to be a goalkeeper this summer. We definitely know that. Left back, I think we're solid right now, especially if we manage to bring Alvaro back. Malacia's there, Shaw's there for another couple of seasons. You all know my thoughts on Alvaro. I thought we should have kept him and just he could have been a natural replacement. You just don't know. But for nothing, and for a youth player coming through, I thought we should have took the chance. But it's neither here nor there. If he goes to Benfica, still I think we've got enough cover for the next couple of years for left back anyway, and isn't a priority. Centre back 100%, and right back is where United need drastically improving. So I am fully on board with this as being our priority this summer. Centre back, right back, and holding midfielder. That's where it needs to be for Manchester United. And you could easily say, I mean, the right back, that's a totally different debate. I'm not convinced by anyone. I mean, Frimpong looks like the modern day right back. I'm still not convinced. I am, however, convinced with the midfield and the centre back options about what we can get. I feel like it has to be them two first. Centre back, centre mid, and then we'll deal with the right back situation. Only 20 likes away from the 150 mark, guys. Please give the video a like. Get your comments piling in as well. Please let me know on everything that I'm talking about there. The poll is saying no. 60% of you are saying no, they wouldn't take Jose back. It's just a bit of fun. Please, please, please don't take it to heart. I'll take it serious. It's just a bit of fun. Alex Standham says, how can anybody beat Ten Hag in? I really don't get my head around it. He is the worst of all the managers post Sir Alex Ferguson. Oh, that is harsh, even though he has won a trophy, Alex. Johnny Hill says, I would say we definitely need a winger for the left and or right. No, I don't think we do right now. It's not a priority for me. We're about to find out what Ahmad is like. So that may change people's minds again with that. Chris Gray, do you see Camberwell being involved in our first team squad going forward? Or do you think he could be sold? I think for the position we're in, if we can only afford one centre-back this summer, then Camberwell has to come through. If we're going to lose Lindelof and Evans, which is pretty much a guarantee, then Camberwell coming through, I think he'll know his role. He will be third or fourth in line. And we bring in Branthwaite. We still got to deal with Varane, Martinez and Maguire, so that's going to be interesting. If Varane stays, then Camberwell will be let go on loan, I feel, just to see. And I think we will invest and bring another centre-back in, like a Branthwaite, Todibo. They're the top two, I would say. Todibo and Branthwaite are definitely the targets that Manchester United will be looking at. I would say from what's been said and what's been reported that Manchester United, the easy option is Todibo, obviously because of Sir Jim's link with Nice, and Branthwaite because he's English, and I think he would want to come to Manchester United. I do believe that. And again, I'm not saying Manchester United is an easy sell at the moment, but I think Ineos coming in are definitely going to help us in that department. We just need to get the right people in place. I've said this so many times, and Dan Ashworth would be a massive statement, a huge statement to anyone looking in at Manchester United as a possible club for their clients. This is agent-wise. If Ashworth went in at Manchester United, then that would definitely prick up some ears. Everyone will be looking at United going, oh, okay then. Now we're talking. This isn't what we expected. Not in this area, not of this magnitude. To take Dan Ashworth away from Newcastle and where they are right now, I think definitely that does send shockwaves around the football world, and players will be looking at that going, well, actually, hang on a minute, Manchester United are putting pieces in place here to actually do a proper rebuild and structure this properly. Do I want to be part of Manchester United turning around again, one of the biggest clubs in world football? I could actually be a part of this project going forward. It all of a sudden becomes a different proposition for any player looking in. Whereas now you're like, oh God, look at Sancho, what happened with Ronaldo, De Gea not even getting a send-off, all of this and the carnage which is United, that goes out the window when you start getting a structure in place. It does start appealing to other players again, and agents definitely will be clicking onto this and going, this actually is a better proposition for my player here. Manchester United are looking to go places again. So what Sir Jim Ratcliffe has been saying, we'll move on to that in a minute, and the way the club are moving, this next 3 months for United, up until the end of this season, it's more months obviously, it's 4 or 5 months away, but we're obviously going to hear next month, middle of next month, that Sir Jim Ratcliffe is fully in situ at United. Then we're going to start seeing the powers that be move pieces around the chessboard, structuring United to go forward, and then I feel like everyone will start with going, oh, okay, let's see. Danny says I'm in dreamland. Why not? Why not? It can happen. Everything I'm talking about is doable for United. Tell me it's not and why it's not. And don't just say because the Glazers are in charge. It is so cop out. You need to come back with more context if you're going to start disagreeing. You have to come back with a better argument. You do. Let's just see some more of your comments and see where you're up to. Need to sell Harry Victor. Let Evans go. Bring in 2 new centre backs, says one pugger. Martial contract extension. No, that's not happening. Hunter, he's gone in the summer. Anyway, back for Amrabat. No, I don't think he will. Now that Casemiro's back, I think Amrabat is completely finished at United. He isn't ahead of McTominay. He's definitely not going to get ahead of Mainu and Casemiro either now. So where is he going to play? I think it was the right thing to do. We needed someone in. We structured the right deal, I feel. Like we've not got that obligation to buy him. We can just send him back. And I think Manchester United, in the end, did the right thing with Amrabat. It'd be interesting to see what right back we're looking at. Leo, it definitely will. I feel like we are in a position where, again, it comes down to the manager with a right back. What type of right back? What style of football are you going to be playing? Everything right now is sort of moving towards Erik ten Hag still being in place, and it's still too early to call. A couple of bad results and we may start getting different names mentioned in reports and in the tabloids about players United are looking at. But the most important thing out of everything is, if things start going wrong for Manchester United over the next few months for Ten Hag, and it looks like he's going, it should not matter, because Ineos have put people in position in the recruitment area and they already know what type of football they want to play. They know which direction they want to go forward, and the manager has to fall in line with that. That is the structure. So effectively, if a manager goes from United in the future, it's not as bad. It doesn't mean the end of the world, and we're looking at another manager's group of players coming in to then work with another manager's group of players. That should be gone. That should be a distant memory. So, like I said, why I'm excited and why I'm looking forward to Manchester United going forward is simply because of the structure that Ineos are going to put in place. It will take away the pressure of losing a manager and worrying about what comes in next, because it's not that managers, players that are being recruited. It's the recruitment side of the club, which are taking care of business like it should be within a football club, and then the manager just comes in because it's a manager that Ineos have picked and handpicked out that is going to fit that structure. So that pressure, I feel, is gone. So I'm just looking forward to the middle of February when Ineos come in and just seeing what they do. Andrew Ellis is in the chat. Hello, Andrew. Not spoke to you for a while. He says, hello Adam Matic, I hope that you are great. I want Manchester United to start spending money on gems, the marquee names over the hill. 100% agree with you, Andrew. That is everything that Manchester United need to be doing and not reverting back, which is why I said no to Benzema yesterday. I totally agree with that. Top Cat 1, our newest member, by the way, comes in with a comment saying, I think you've mentioned it already, but we need the right sporting director in place. We get that sorted, we get our top targets, we also save on transfer fees and don't get bent over. Yeah, I have said all of that actually before, including the bent over bit, Top Cat. So yeah, you are dead right with that one, 100%. Good afternoon, Daniel, as well to you. Hope you're doing well. Make sure you please keep liking the video, everyone. Let's get up. We're over the 150 mark now. Can we get up to 200 before the end of this video? That would be fantastic, guys, if you could do that. Adamski G, surely Erik ten Hag needs to be replaced in the summer. He falls out with everyone, seems not to have a plan and has not improved one single player. It looked like he was improving players last season, but I do agree it does seem to have dropped off a little bit. It does seem to have dropped off with players this year, and a lot are going the opposite way. There is a regression instead of a progression with a lot of players. I want to get into the positive side of what Sir Jim Ratcliffe was saying. Do you know what? He actually looks like he's absolutely chuffed to be at Manchester United. In questions with journalists that were just hanging around the press box for the game against Spurs the other day, I think one was said, and he said, I think the quote came out from him saying, this is the most exciting prospect, most exciting purchase that I've ever done in my life. Manchester United is the most exciting project that we've ever done with Ineos. I am encouraged by that. He has made it clear. I'm just going to read through some of the quotes that have come out regarding Sir Jim Ratcliffe. Jim Ratcliffe held 3 meetings with fans at Old Trafford and vows he is ruthlessly focused on bringing back the glory days rather than making money out of the club. The meetings took place in the Ambassador Lounge. One fan said there was a laser-like focus on winning on the field. He started saying, so let's be it clear, what I'm here for. I'm not here to make money. I make plenty of money from my day job. So that quote comes straight out of the mouth of Sir Jim Ratcliffe. Let's start by making it clear what I'm here for. I'm not here to make money. I get plenty of that in my day job. Oh, yes. You can't help but feel a little bit excited about that. If you're not, then I do understand. You've obviously heard positive talking before with different people coming into Manchester United. It's always gone one way over the last decade, downhill. I understand that side of it, but this has to be different for United. I keep ramming this home that Sir Jim Ratcliffe has to make this work. Otherwise, Manchester United are done. This is the last chance, really, for us. It really is. It is the last chance for United. And Sir Jim Ratcliffe has got the keys to the kingdom, really. He has. Can he make it work? Daniel Longbottom says, yeah, I thought so too. As much as we all wanted a full sale, the Glazers have never attended a home game during their tenure. No, Sir Jim Ratcliffe has been around and has done more in 3 days of not even owning Manchester United, just it actually being announced that he is buying a stake in United. So not even in charge yet, and he's already made more of an impression around the football club than the Glazers have as full owners in the last 20 years. It's absolutely crazy what influence they've had already on the staff and everyone at the club. There are obviously people at Manchester United that are still sceptical about Sir Jim Ratcliffe. I would go as far as to say them people are the ones that are Glazonomic people that are happy with just their job and are not bothered what happens with the club as long as they get paid. I think they're them types of people. For everyone to progress at Manchester United, everyone needs to be on board. I actually do believe there are people there that don't give a toss about Manchester United. And this is what Ineos' job is to do. Ineos' job is to come in and out the people that really don't care that they're actually there at United. If you're working at United, this massive, massive football club, the biggest in the world, then you need to be invested into Manchester United being successful. If you're not, and you're just there for a job and to get paid, then you're out the door. You have to be out the door. Otherwise, it's not going to work. You have to want United to succeed. Everything that he's doing and he's saying is, it's all fully focused on the field success, nothing else. I don't want to make money. I just want to make United win again. Those are the words coming out from Sir Jim Ratcliffe. And with full control of the football side of things, I feel like there is a chance that he can make that happen. It's going to take a while, and I don't expect anything to happen. I mean, when we did the poll on a show previously, and we said, how long is it going to take for Manchester United to be successful, or how long is it going to take for an Ineos impact, let's say? How long will that be? I think most people agreed 3 to 5 years. I think that was the general sort of consensus from it. Super chat in from Jensk. Like Sir Jim, I make my money at my day job. Thanks, Jensk. Love that. But yeah, I feel like Manchester United right now are in a position where, with Sir Jim Ratcliffe coming in, it's all optimistic, hope, and nothing else, because he can't do anything. And that's where everyone is sceptical. Everyone is looking at it going, yeah, ifs and buts, Adam. You're just hoping. You're just trying to be overly positive. Why? Because the Glazers are still in charge and nothing is going to change. I understand all of that. I do. But I have to look at it and go, it's going to be different at least. We know that. We know for a fact that it is going to be different to what it was before. And that's the important thing in all of this. It has to be different, and it has to work for Jim Ratcliffe, because I refuse to let United go down the pan. I don't want this club to go. I'm just like clinging on to anything I possibly can, because this club runs through my blood just like it does all of you guys. And where I am critical and sceptical as well, deep down inside I have to think and hope that Sir Jim Ratcliffe can make this work for United. Otherwise, I don't see a way out of it. I don't. I think we're done for. And we will be just lost in the football wilderness for years and years to come. Let's get into a few more of your comments before we finish up. RF, how so, Adam? He hasn't done anything yet. What has he been doing for a year? It's January now, and there's no plan for a director of football or anything, or even signings. Bro has been doing press positivity like the Glazers. Honestly, mate, I don't know where you're going with that, RF, because what can he do? What are we supposed to hear? We're hearing rumours at the moment because nothing can be concrete, because he's not allowed to approach anyone because the Premier League haven't given permission yet, and it's not been passed off. It's been accepted and announced by the club, but until the Premier League do anything and say it's okay, then he can't put anyone in place or show what his plan is. So give him a chance, for God's sake. It's been a year. Where have you got a year from? He knows what he wants to do, but we're not going to find out about it until he's in charge. That's what I'm saying. I worry about that 40%. What 40% you on about, Daniel? Let me know, buddy. Elaborate on that one. Controversial opinion, but I would be happy for us to get relegated for a season if it got rid of the Glazer leeches. It's not controversial. A lot of people have said that. It really is. Guys, we need to get to that 200 mark before we finish the video. We're not a million miles away, so if everyone in the chat right now could give the video a like, that would be fantastic. Please give the video a like, everyone. I'm genuinely concerned by the only rumours so far. Ineos should have hit the ground running if they wanted to make an instant impact. Dobby, they can't. I keep saying it, Dobby. They're not in possession of what they can do yet. They're probably working on things in the background, mate, and they can't do anything just yet because they're not official. Until it's officially announced, it's like Romano saying, here we go. You're not going to see the player in the shirt still until United make it official and release it. All we're going to hear is what might be's. So if it's them that you're looking at, then are you not encouraged by us looking at a sporting director and a recruitment specialist? and the fact that Murto might be leaving, and everyone else at the club that has runners into the ground will be being replaced by best in class. I find that encouraging. Yeah, it might not be true, and then I'll start to worry again myself. But right now, I'm not going to jump the gun and say, "Oh, I'm not happy with what's actually happening." Well, nothing can happen, and everything that I have heard of so far is positive to me. I mean, everyone's open, and you can all have your opinions on it, obviously. But I look at it and I go, I like what I'm hearing. I do. Yeah, it's all words. I like to see some walking alongside the talking, but until the walking can be done, I've just got these reports, and that's what we're going to go with. But yeah, if he's going to bring in Ashworth, Mitchell, then I'm happy with that. If Sir Jim Ratcliffe is going to invest more money, it's going to help us with FFP in the window and have a better window. That's good. I'm hearing the likes of Lindelof leaving, Martial leaving, possibly getting rid of Sancho as well, and some of the Deadwood going. That's a positive. The only issue we've got is some of the players that fans have got big opinions on that see, for instance, the likes of Rashford and Bruno. I think they need to be gone as well because they are part of the problem. That's further down the line. We can only do bit by bit. Maybe it'll come to a point where we say, look, Bruno isn't good enough anymore. Rashford isn't good enough, and we get rid of them. We're not going to see that happen this summer. Let's just accept that, because it won't happen. We know that. With our realistic heads on, we know that Rashford and Bruno Fernandes are not leaving United this summer. It's a simple fact. It's not going to happen. Dobby has come back. Thank you, Dobby. Let's see what you got to say now. Adam, I know that. That's the Ineos put on it. That's the Ineos put on it. But rich people always get what they want. If they want Paul Mitchell, they get Paul Mitchell. Yeah, but again, Dobby, until it's official, we will not know, and they can't do it. So again, I'll go back to it, mate. It won't happen until it's official. If it doesn't happen then we start to worry, don't we? But give them chance just to get in the door officially, and then let's see what happens. I am looking at this and I'm going, right, okay, I'm not concerned at all in the next 2 months, as long as by the time the summer comes, we've got the right people in place. That's what's important right now. How many likes are we actually on, everybody? Can someone just give me an update on that one? 10 likes needed. Okay, so challenge for you guys is everyone in the chat right now, give the video a like. Let's get to that 200 mark, and then we can wrap everything up and get the video done and dusted. Let me know, people, what you think before we finish. So Jim can only be in the UK 90 days a year. Being a cheating tax exile should tell you all about this rat, or just doing what everyone else would do with all that money, alien. I guess everyone takes advantage of what they've got, don't they? Smash the like button. It looks like we made us fall short anyway, guys. You all just let me down on the last bit there, but all you have to do is like it. Anyway, let's just see where the poll is. Is Jose coming back? It's a definite no. 62% of you guys are saying no, he's not coming back. But yes, that is us wrapped up, done and dusted. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. Thank you for all your comments. Bang on the money again today. Love it. Fantastic. And I will see you all later on this evening, 6:30 tonight. By the way, guys, we have got another journalist coming on the show on the 11 show on Thursday. So stay tuned for that one. More guests coming on the show. So we'll get some input into what is really going on as well. Right now, someone who was actually there when Sir Jim Ratcliffe was there the other day, so we'll find out what has been said. We just smashed the 200 like mark as well, guys, just to finish up. I did milk out that last bit just to see if you could do it, and you did. So thank you very much. Alright, guys, make sure you do hit that subscribe button on your way out if you are just tuning in for the first time. I'm Adam, this is FUTV. We'll see you all later.